Today, we're going to show you guys how to make some money. You guys are always complaining, Josh, I have no Dennies. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm playing the game. I just have no Dennies. Where do I get these resources? How are you building every single character that comes out? Well, this is exactly how I prep my account for every single character in the game. And no, it's not because I spend copious amounts of money. Yes, I do buy the battle pass, but let's show you guys today how to build characters without spending batteries, without spending money, and it only takes a couple minutes a day. So, firstly, let's get it out of the way. Understand, chat, that you guys are unfortunately going to have to interact with the Swabian Temple management system. Now, the management system in itself is not very fun. I like it because I'm a, zoo tycoon. I'm a roller coaster tycoon. I love these types of management games. So for me, I'm chilling like a villain. But for you guys, I understand that it's not as intuitive. And then because of all the conversion of the materials to, from the raw materials to the what you sell, and then what you sell to the this, and then this to the omni coins, blah, blah, that gets confusing. So we're going to break it down very, very easily. You can gain materials by two different ways. You can gain materials either by going to this shop, and let's do a little skirt. One of the goat NPCs, because she's a red panda. And then you guys can buy all these materials, purchase all these. And you might be wondering, Josh, how do I purchase all of these? Well, you have to get one of 3 different raw materials that has you going over to the Lemnian Hollow. Once you reach level 40, continue to invest into the Swabian Temple. You will get back a lot. And I mean a lot of resources. Okay? So let's do a little bit of fighting here. And let me pause it so I can move my goddamn screen for you guys. Here we are in a casual fight, right? Bada bing, bada boom. Get rid of those guys. All right. Give them the gold. Suck action. And as you can see, we got Dennies, Trainer Investigation Logs, and W Engine Logs. We got 3 of the most universal building currencies in the game. And you might be wondering, Josh, you got like 1,000 Dennies and like 2 investigator logs. Bro, that doesn't mean jack
I don't want to
well,
outfit.
What would happen if you were to do it every week? And even if you do once or twice a week? What would happen if you were to do it throughout the entire month? Simply, you'd be able to gain thousands and thousands of trainer investigator logs and hundreds and potential thousands. The W engine battery scales less than the trainer investigator log, so okay. So you get hundreds and thousands of the W engine batteries. The thing with the Dennies is that the Dennies actually doesn't give you as much as you would think, whereas the trainer investigator logs and the W engine batteries are actually the higher value when it comes to directly farming the mobs. Here is the gold mine. So grabbing these lumite ores, grabbing the ether canisters and all that stuff, you can go back to Phalum Heights and you can use those raw materials to craft into little goodies. My Swabian temple, I call it the glue factory. Call it my glue factory because I can convert a bunch of materials to craft different little goodies, like the anticoagulant gel, which is my little glue. I can convert into masks and all these other little goodies to sell. Firstly, before I sell, every day you should send out your bang boosts to these adventures. Okay, the adventure squad. If you do not have a set of 12, and I mean 12 bang boos, so if you go to your bang boo, assign bang boo, if you do not have 12 adventure bang boos, that is your very first goal. 12 S tier adventure bang boos. Now you might be wondering, Josh, how do you get those? Those are incredibly difficult. And not only S, how do you get ones that are 3-starred or have 3 to 4 abilities? Well, that gets a little difficult because you would have to go to the boo box and then you would have to shuffle around and fish for them. Okay. So again, even though they're S tier, you need to get the higher S tier that requires that has 3 or 4 features or abilities. They cost a little bit more. Okay, so it takes a little bit upfront investment from your Omni coins to be able to get the best bang boos. And once you get the best bang boos and you have a set of 12, averagely, I have like 16 of them or 18 of them. But once you have them, the highest grossing material on average are going to be the top here in Former Research 3 and Former Research 2. Okay, so exactly here, grab these, boom, grab these, boom, get my little weed packets, and then grab my little shungite rocks. And then I go over to crafting. Ooh, this seems pretty hot. And I can make 1600. I'm going to change my bang boo so that it has the max energy so I can make the most of them. And then I go over here. Bada bing, bada boom. That one's fine. Let's see what other things I could craft. You know, this, notoriously, the crock pot always is pretty good. So let me just make some of those. Boom. And then I'm gonna go to my cell. I have 800 on my cell, which is perfectly fine. And then we should be good here. Quadruple hot. This is maximum output. Maximum output. It's not always gonna be like that, but in an ideal world, that is how you get the most Omni coins, which is the Cloud Crest. Sorry, not Omni coins, my bad. Cloud Crest coins, because there's an Omni coin, but this is the Cloud Crest coin, okay? So once you get these Cloud Crest coins, so you can go to neighboring streets and you go to Yum Cha Sin. Yum Cha Sin will allow you to convert some materials into the actual Omni coins and Cloud Crest coins, okay? So you can have 5,000 per limit of a bi-weekly run. So I'm just gonna submit cash, 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 boom, cash. And chat, I'll mention burnout later because I know a lot of people are you know, their arguments against this are like, Josh, I'm gonna burn out of this. And as you can see, I just have accumulated so much material over the past couple of days and past couple of weeks, and I get my 5,000 total Omni coins simple, right? But that's because I prepared it. If you haven't prepared it, you guys will need to actively search out these order materials, thereby making them within your management, okay? In your business, crafting them. You'll have to actively craft them. I have been actively doing this every single day for the past, 3 odd so months. So I have every single material that I could need, right? But that's because I reached critical mass, okay? And at some point you will too. Then, after Sweetie gives you the goodies, you go to LeBron James and wow, it's reset for me. I can grab all these if I want to. High five master copies, sure. If you need to do these, sure, but the prepaid power cards are honestly pretty whack. Senior investigator logs, of course. Wengens, of course. And ether plating agents, of course. And that's the Omni coins. And the Cloud Crest coins, I can also grab as well. 15 max, boom. That is 10,000 times 15. That is 150,000 per chain. And then I can averagely grab around, I'd say like 7 to 10, depending on like what your output is. 7 to 10 of these unlimited per week. So let's do it on the low end. 7 times 5,000, you get 35,000 per week. Okay. So Josh, add up the number of the average weekly Denny's that you could be getting from Lemnian Hollow. Just put it right there for the folk. All right, in post edit. That's a lot. That's a couple of 100,000 Denny's that you could be earning directly through Lemnian Hollow. Now I understand it takes a lot of active effort in the beginning to understand how to progress. As you saw me just run through it, if I turn my brain off, I could literally do it in less than a minute, 2 minutes. What I just did, if I were to do it on my own time and if I were to do it myself, I could do it in less than 2 minutes. And that gets you hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of Denny's per week. And then not to mention your dailies that you're already doing, right? And granted, wow, I got 20 polychromes, but like averagely it'll give you like a couple thousand Denny's, right? If you went to the Bang Boo that I just did, gives you a couple thousand Denny's. And that all adds up. That genuinely all adds up. Hey folks, I haven't even talked about the tried and true Hollowzero. A lot of you guys know Hollowzero and good old Casper boy here. These guys are gonna make you richy rich. You're gonna be named richest Paul. All right. So if you guys didn't know, by going into Hoyoverse and by farming Z merits, you can go over to Casper, outpost logistics and association supplies, which again, these investigation merits, they come from doing the weeklies, they come from doing Sjhoea, they come from doing weekly Hoyoverse 1s. Big money. On average, you can get 900 on the cap per week, and that'll convert to ultimately 225,000 Dennies. And as long as, you know, maybe you don't always redeem the 225,000, but save a little bit for a rainy day so that when you come to the monthlies, you can redeem the entire rest of the shop, then you should be good to go, right? So right now I have 2,400. It just reset the week. So again, I should be able to get up to 3,300. So if I can get 3,300 here, then maybe I spend 50 for a couple Dennies and then I save them for the rainy day when the month resets. Very, very easily. And this is all in promotion of playing the game. It's not something, chat, that, you know, is something out of the ordinary or something that, like, you know, is like Deadly Assault. It's like, it's gated. No, all this is very accessible to you guys. Chat, let's put it into perspective. 500,000 Dennies just by playing the damn game. You don't have to do anything extra. There's no super try harding, like, you know, I gotta get my three stars. I gotta get my 60k kill in Deadly Assault. None of that. 500,000 Dennies straight to your pocket every week. And if you were to do that for 3 weeks, that's 1.5. Do that for 6 weeks, it's 3 milli. And let me ask you this, chat. How much does it take to build a character on average? That is to build them with sufficient skills, to build with core, to build level, to build Wenjin. How much does it take? There you go. Okay, good. Okay, I see some people who have it. Chat, it takes around 2.5 to 3 million. 2.5 to 3 million per character. It's not as egregious as you would think. Costs more depending on if you roll like ass and your drive discs suck. That's the unfortunate reality that sometimes it happens. On average, characters will spend around, let's just give it or take, 3 million. And guess what? By passively farming or engaging in the weekly loop, you could gain 1 character's worth of materials each patch for free. You don't need to spend batteries. You don't need to max refresh like all the you know, all the dolphins and whale sweats. Just by lemnian holo farming, having fun going around in the semi-open world, doing some, you know, roguelike game mode, you can literally build yourself a character each single patch. Time is not free. It's about 500 batteries worth weekly. 500 batteries worth weekly. Damn. And that opens up the rest of your resources to do other things with your daily and weekly rotation grind. And it's going to help you out in the short term. It's going to help you out in the long term. All right, there might be some pain points. You might be like, oh, I hate choosing the materials. I don't know what to do. Just choose exactly what I do, right? Just choose the best ones from the adventure. Choose some of the best ones to craft, or choose the hot ones. Grab bang boos that are S tier from the bang boo box. Then you convert all those resources down at Good Goods, excuse me, not Good Goods, Yamcha Sin and Devon Pawn Shop. I know there's a couple steps to it, but the rewards are pretty massive. As you continue to play the game and grow your characters, right? You still need to grow the other roster of your characters, even though, let's say, oh, I really want Yishen rerun. I really want Evelyn rerun, which is coming up pretty soon. I really want Lucia and Minato and Yihari and the Angels of Delusion. Having these materials prepped for you allows you the ease of mind to not have to like farm after the fact. A lot of people have been requesting this video, so finally I get to do like a nice little voiceover and condensed little video for it. So thank you so much for watching, and it's your boy Josh. We'll see you in the next video.